guys, hope you're having a great day today. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going great. I'm up and I'm moving and I'm here with you today. Isn't that a good thing? It's like, congratulations, you made God's wake up call team. That's a beautiful thing. He chose for you to specifically wake up today to do something great. So I don't know what that looks like in your home, but for my home, it's gonna be called making food today. So today is I call it my baking day, and it's like the part of the week that I like to do a little bit of extra in the kitchen. I mean, we're doing stuff all the other times too, but mainly focus on making food for most of the morning today. So it's gonna be a toasty, record high temperature here in Florida. And so I'm just like, let's get done earlier, or I tried to go earlier. It's 7 right now, it's not really early, but I like to start super early when the sun's not even up yet, but that didn't happen today, and that's okay. I'm like, I've got a plan. We know what we're gonna do. We're gonna rock and roll. Maxine's over here sleeping. She had her vet appointment yesterday. Poor doggy. So she doesn't like going, period. So I'm like, you just have to go once a year. That's it. And so we took her and I did the doggy calming chew. And she was better. She was still shaking, but the vet's very nice. Aren't vets nice? Yeah, they should be, right? So very sweet. They were able to get all her stuff, but she just feeling that lethargic. She got her vaccination for the dog, and then got her nails trimmed, which was good, and she did very well. But she's in that sleepy, tired mode where, like, I know the melatonin makes her do it too, so she hasn't really done a whole lot. And so today she got up and she lifted her head up in bed, and then she kind of laid back down, and I'm like, don't worry, we're not going to go for a walk. So I just brought her over here because she was sleeping, and then so I put her down, and I'm like, I left her here, and then I went out in the garage, and she thought maybe I was leaving, so she followed me, and then she saw there was a lizard. There's a lizard that lives in that garage, and no. So bad. You know how I feel about lizards. I don't mind. I could do bears, I could do alligators, I just can't do lizards and snakes. I just don't like them. So there's one, he lives somewhere in that garage, I don't even know. So I think one time, I walked out one time and I was carrying stuff, and there's only a little bit of room with my car in there and walking around stuff, and he had run across the floor, and I'm like, you almost like break your neck trying to avoid this tiny lizard. That's not even gonna hurt you. Not even gonna hurt you, mind you, but it's just, if you know, you know. So there was I think Autumn had to go out there one day, and she came back, she's like, there's a lizard in the garage. And so Jensen had put the leaf blower right by the door, and so I went out there and I squeezed the leaf blower and just blew it, and I'm like, okay, it's safe. Crazy. But anyway, so she came out with me, and then she was starting to chase the lizard. I'm like, okay. I'm like, it's living under the shelf out there. So I'm like, okay, she's doing a little bit. She's feeling a little bit more happy because she's chasing her lizard friends. They're coming. They're starting to come out. I'm like, okay, we see more and more. So she's just in the dog tired mode. So I'm like, let me move you to the kitchen. You can be part of our cooking today. So we're gonna have a great day. I'm gonna get some food made. It's gonna be good. I gotta get done so I can get out the door. The sun is gonna be shining. We're gonna have a great day outside. You ready? All right, let's go. Okay, first I need to let's get, I'm gonna do bagels and pretzels because they love them both. Let me do bagels first. I think I'll just do let's just do one batch of bagels. So I gotta fill up my flour containers here. Let's get the yeast part in here, and then we'll fill up our containers. Let me get water. Okay, so for mine, it's 1 1/3 cup of water, and then I'm gonna do 2 teaspoons of yeast. 2 teaspoons of yeast in there, and then we're gonna add 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. Turn on for 1 second. That's good enough. So it can start mixing up in there. Okay, so while that's doing its thing, we'll add the rest of the stuff later. I do have my, let's fill up our flour here. I do have my sourdough in there. I don't know if we're big fans of the taste. The last 2 breads I've made, they taste like sourdough bread, like stuff you get from the store. So I know it's not like the flavor of it, but I just don't think anybody loves it. So it's like they don't like that sour taste, which, hey, you know what? If you don't like it, you don't like it. So I'm not sure if that is gonna work for our family or not, but we'll see. Let me fill this up here. This is the part I'm questioning in life. Do I make double for bagels? Because I do have eggs. Today's Wednesday, and then we can have them for the weekend sandwiches. I'm making too much. Let me add more. I'm just thinking ahead, so now I'm gonna make a note. It'll be good to have this because they just like them plain for the next couple days, and then I'll do, because I'm thinking ahead to like the weekend. Let me make a note that like Friday I'll do breakfast sausage, because I've got that, and eggs with bagels if they're left over, and that'll work out good. That'll be good. Maybe we'll make smaller ones versus bigger ones. Okay, so this is gonna sit for just about 2 seconds and we're gonna start mixing it in. You know what I'm gonna do too? I was out in the garage looking at what I have in my freezer. I've got this chuck roast. We don't love it. I don't love it. I'll eat it. I don't know if some kids will even eat it. We'll see. We'll see what I'm thinking. Let me make it. And then I'll do like some kind of either, like put it in fried rice type thing is what I'm thinking. Maybe it would get eaten that way. I'm just thinking, I've got 2. I did buy like the better stuff, but I'm like looking at this, I'm like, we have to eat this. So I'm gonna take these 2, put them in the slow cooker. When you don't like something, if it's too yucky, put it in your slow cooker and cook it for a long time. It'll be good. So we'll put these in here. Onions in here, I'm thinking. And liquid aminos. We'll let that do it. Just onion and liquid aminos. I don't know. We'll see. If it's the last time I think I made it was like just, you know, it's like little roast pieces. I don't mind it. I grew up, I didn't like roast either. I know people make it with potatoes and carrots. Would it be good? Could I do like you know what I'm thinking in my head? Should I do like a beef stew with it? I don't know if anybody would even eat it just because I don't think, they just don't like that stuff. But maybe, we'll see. We can have liquid aminos in it, right? So let me make a note to like, because I do have potatoes and carrots. Something to try, we'll see. Let that cook for a while. Let's get this rolling. Okay, so in here, we're gonna add in here salt is over here. Salt right here, let's add 1.5, it's gonna be 1.5 teaspoons of salt. So I'm gonna add 3. Okay, then to this, you're gonna add 3.5 cups of bread flour to it. So I'm gonna add that in. Just let it, this thing does it for you. You don't have to do anything. It mixes it, sorry. It mixes everything for you, which is great. So you don't even have to do any work. Okay, the dough is mixed and doing its thing. Today, I'm gonna redeem myself on my bean donuts. Remember the last ones I made? I used the melting, I just have a little bit of stuff here, the melting chocolate disc, and thought, that'll work for it. No, it did not. So I'm like, I need to remake those now that I have chocolate chips. So I'm gonna mix, this was Lauren got this when she went to Camp Greystone. Here's the recipe. It's very, very yummy. We really like this. I'm gonna make just 1 batch of it instead of doubling it like I normally do. So we're gonna add our baking powder. We're gonna add our baking soda and vanilla. And our apple cider vinegar. Is it 1 teaspoon? Yes, 1 teaspoon of that. Salt and sugar. I'm gonna just mix this up. The bagel dough is done, so I put it in the ferment. This right here, all you do, I just melted chocolate chips in here. So I've got my 3/4 cup, and then you're gonna add in your mixture right here. Making sure I add everything. Beans, milk, powder, baking soda, baking powder, vanilla, yes. And then mix it all and pour it into the bowl. We're gonna mix it all together and we're gonna add a cup of flour. Okay, I've got all that. Miss Barbara got me some more bags. Thank you, Miss Barbara. In my head, someone told me a long time ago, put this in your cup, and in my head I'm like, there's too much mixture to fit in there. It's not gonna work. But then I realized that it does hold it up and you can just put the sides up. Hello, it's one of those things that I just didn't think about till I tried it. So this is good. Oops, there's a little bit of flour. Still got my big donut pan. I'm like, I know we'll make more donuts. I'm not worried about having a smaller donut pan, but this is gonna go right in here. So see you get to the top, it'll just hold the sides up. Did not know this until I tried this. I think it was here I tried it. Someone told me about it a long time ago in the mountains, and I was like, that just doesn't make sense that it would hold it. It does. Okay, let's get going on the next one. I'm gonna do some no-bake cookies. This is something that they enjoy. So I was like, again, go back and forth. Do you double, do you make single? Just make single. So we are gonna add a half a cup of butter, which is a stick of butter. And then we're gonna add in there half a cup of milk. And then you're gonna add in there 2 cups of sugar. And then 3 of cocoa powder. Okay, we're just gonna let this come to a boil, and then you're gonna get the temperature to 230 degrees. I found that's the only way to make these where they turn out every time. I've done the boil method, I've tried it, timed it, and then like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so I really think it's all about the temperature. So make sure you get your thermometer, and that is what we're gonna do here. So this is good. I've got my peanut butter here. I'm gonna be adding in half a cup, so I will get that ready for when I add it. And then I've got my vanilla right here as well, and I've got my quick oats over there. That'll be ready. I put up my parchment paper, so it'll be ready to rock and roll. Those are in the oven. The bagel dough will be done in a little bit here, and then we can take it out and put in the pretzel dough. We're moving, making stuff. That's a good thing. So just keep on going. Just start with one and keep going with the next. Okay, so the donuts are done, and I will have to put icing on them, and the cookies turned out good. Bagels in a minute, but what I'm gonna make homemade cupboard open is Twinkies, homemade Twinkies. We've made these, we like them. The only difference is I have always used a cake mix. Well, now that cake mixes are like $2 a cake mix, I'm like, can't get them cheap anymore, so I'm gonna make my own. So I am one of those things like finding whose yellow cake mix recipe is good. I don't know. So when you don't know what is good, you always turn to the old faithful menu cookbook, and one that's well used, because then you know it's a good recipe. So this one in here, it says fluffy yellow sponge cake. So I'm hoping a sponge cake is, I better look that up. Is a sponge cake like a regular cake? Okay, cream filled rolls. Okay, well good, there we go. So what we're gonna do is, the recipe has 5 egg whites and 3/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. So I am going to come over here. Do I have my little measuring spoon? Where are you? Where did you go? Guess we'll get another one out. I'm gonna put it over here and let this whip up. So I'm gonna do 5 egg whites and 3/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar, and then we're gonna beat that until foamy. Do this first till foamy, then add this till Steve. While that's doing its thing, we're gonna start mixing up the dry ingredients here, because it uses cake flour. Do you remember how you use cake flour? You substitute it for cornstarch. I'm gonna put in here, it is gonna be 1.5 cups of cake flour. So I'm gonna take 1.5 cups. And then, I'm pretty sure it's 2 tablespoons for every cup. So I'm gonna take out 1, 2, 3, take out 3, and then I'm gonna add 3 of cornstarch in here. My soft peaks have formed. I'm gonna save this because you're gonna fold that in nice and neat in just a minute. So I'm gonna put it in another bowl here because I'm gonna need my mixer. So I'm gonna put these in here. Okay, so in here, we're gonna sift this all together. I'm gonna add the cake flour back in there. I'm gonna do a cup of sugar. we're just gonna sip this all together so it's real nice. So I'm gonna put this in here. 1 cup of sugar, teaspoon of baking powder. It's one of those things I'm like, is this gonna turn, I mean, it's, you know, it'll turn out fine. I know everybody's got a great recipe for everything, but it's about finding, is this one good, is this one not? Because I probably won't be buying cake mix anymore for quite some time, you know, because everything's like an arm and a leg. So if you can make it cheap and know it's a good recipe, you're gonna be good to go. So let me kind of pour this back in here and we'll sift it. Okay, over here I'm gonna beat 5 egg yolks. And then we're gonna add in 1/2 cup of sugar to that. It says, until thick and lemon color. Okay, while that's doing that, I'm gonna finish this up. So this is good, isn't it good? Like finding new recipes and like finding, yes, like have you ever, like, I don't ever make homemade yellow cake mix. I always, like a cake, it's always use a cake mix because is it easier? Yeah, it is. So isn't this, like, it's, as much as like groceries are expensive and yeah, it's awful, I understand, but like learning to make new things from scratch, that's a good thing, right? If you got the time. If you don't have the time, I understand completely. Okay, this is good. So this is gonna mix in here. We're gonna have to add some warm water and vanilla or lemon. And okay, we're not gonna do, you know what I should do is that lemon or the vanilla, like that. What did I get? The vanilla paste at the discount store. I'm thinking that would be really good. Okay, that's good there. So that is all mixed. Let me get that out. We're not lemon colored yet. Okay, so we're gonna need warm water. Someone said this is really good. Tablespoon of paste. There's like a tablespoon extra. Okay. Ooh. That smells good. I'm gonna put this in my bowl here. It's just like a thick paste. I bet you that would taste wonderful. Okay, so they did half a teaspoon. I added a whole tablespoon. That's good. And 1/2 cup of water. Let's go over here because we're gonna add everything over here. Okay, it looks lemony. Which lemon? Like a real good lemon? That works. Okay, so I'm gonna alternately add in my flour mixture and this water mixture. Then you're gonna fold in your egg whites. I'm having a dilemma here. So normally we bake it in a 9x13 pan, which the recipe says to. It says you can do it in 9x13 or 9-inch like layer pan, circle ones. So as I was over in my cupboard over there, I remember I have this pan. Is this gonna be a fail where I put it in here, it's gonna stick to the sides really bad and then it's not gonna come out real well? Cake won't, right? Like if I spray it really well, you're gonna witness it and then I'm gonna waste the whole entire mixture. So I'm hopeful not to. So I'm thinking then, because this would be cute little cakes, like it'll just cut in half and put with filling. It would be a whole lot easier than cutting. I don't mind cutting all of it, that's what I was gonna do, and then just put the icing in the middle and then you just cut. You know what, I'm just thinking out loud. It really is easier just to cut the whole entire cake, put it on top, and then cut them up in squares. But it would be kind of cool to have it like this. You know what, why not? Why not? Let's just see. Because I'm not gonna have enough for just this. It's gonna be more, so do I do little cupcakes? And then cut the cupcakes in half? We're just gonna make sure this is really sprayed. Maybe I'll do that. Why don't, we're experimenting here. Not experimenting, I'm just deciding what to do, but I'm thinking, why don't I use this in cupcakes? Okay, and then we'll cut them in half. Then I'll have the outside versus like a softer cake, right? Let's do it. Okay, I know. If not, you can witness it here. Don't do that next time. Okay, I want to start on my bagels, but I'm like, let me get this finished up so I can be done with it. Let's do the icing for the donuts, because that's always one of those things where you're like, one more thing to do. So basically it's 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, 3 tablespoons of butter, teaspoon of vanilla, and 2/3 tablespoons of milk. I'm just gonna whip it, dunk it on the donuts, put some sprinkles, call that good. Okay, I made the icing a little bit thicker. You don't have to. You can make it whatever way you want. That's just how it turned out today, and that's okay, because I didn't put it on a like a rack to drip down, so it got hard right away. I was like, oh, I need to like hurry up with this. But so I'm just shoving the sprinkles on there. So now I'm gonna make my icing for my Twinkies, even though they're not done, because it's boiled icing. So what you do is you add in, you take 1 cup of milk. Did anybody else have boiled icing? Like my mom used to make boiled icing. She would do it and then do, that's how she made her cake icing. So you take a cup of milk here, you're gonna put it on the stove, and you're gonna do 5 tablespoons of flour. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, over here, I'm just gonna heat this up. It's gonna come to a boil, it's gonna thicken. Okay, that's gonna do that thing. And what else do we have to add to it? It's just regular sugar, right? Yes. Yeah, because it's literally, well, I usually add powdered sugar to mine. It's a cup of shorty and a cup of sugar. Regular sugar, you get it till fluffy, and then you add the boiled and it's fluffier, but I like to add the powdered sugar to make it a little thickening. So, okay, we're doing so good with everything. I think that my bagel dough is done. Let's make some room here. I don't need my flour anymore. Let me put this away, and I'm gonna clean up here, and we'll get our bagels out, and we'll start our pretzels. Okay, this got real thick. I'm gonna set this here right in my little, right here, because the air is gonna hit it here. So let's get out our bagel dough. Let's dump that right here, and then we're gonna, it should be nice and sticky here. Let's get a little bit on the countertop. Ooh, look at that dough. That's some good dough. See, I don't know, sourdough, I know you're good. I know whatever, it's better for you. This just is so good and fluffy. Cupcakes are looking really good. They're not done yet. So let's go, let me look at my recipe here for bagels. We got bagels, we're gonna do pretzels. Everybody loves these pretzels. Where is the pretzel recipe? Pretzels. I'm looking all over my cookbook because I'm thinking it was one I wrote down, but no, it's in my cookbook actually. This is a recipe for pretzel dogs. This is how we made them. Okay, let's do double. So I'm gonna get 3 cups of warm water in here. Found it. I'm like, where is the measuring cup? This used to be the cupboard where everything was stored. It's not there anymore, so this is good. All right, we are gonna add in here 3 cups of warm water because we're doubling it. Make a big old batch. These are really good. Okay, so in here you're gonna add in a tablespoon of yeast. I'm doing 2 because we're doubling this. 1, 2, and it's 2 tablespoons of sugar because I'm doubling it. 1, 2. I'm just gonna go like this for 1 second because I gotta go melt some butter for this. Okay, let that sit for a minute. Then you're gonna add 4 ounces of melted butter there. 4 ounces if you're doubling it, and then it's a teaspoon, right? A teaspoon of salt if you're doubling it. It's good. I was wondering, I'm like, there's people outside. I'm like, what are they doing? They, it's been, when was Hurricane Milton? It's been over 6, it's October, right? November, December, January, February, March, April. 6 months, yeah, it's been 6 months. They are just now doing the street signs. All the street signs have been blown over. No big deal, 0 complaining. I was just, it just takes time to do all that. So they're finally doing the street signs now. So getting them all set up again. So I know it's one of those things, like everything takes time, doesn't it, to like repair and fix and do. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna take and do the kneading and add all the flour. We're adding in, it's 4.5 cups for one recipe. While that's mixing over here, I'm doing my icing for the Twinkies, and that is, we beat 1 cup of shortening, 1 cup of granulated sugar, and I gotta add vanilla. And it's gonna make it like mix real well, and I'm gonna add in, is this cool enough? I'm gonna add this inside there and let it beat up. Okay, is there a perfect method to doing these? You know what I found? I found that if you roll and kind of do the sides, like roll the sides here, so the ends are a little bit skinnier, put those together to form like the same size and then kind of roll the whole thing, you get pretty good on the thing. If you get a little bigger side, you can just kind of roll it between your hands. I found that works. Oops, that's a little bit. I found that works pretty good for the most part. I do different sizes because I don't mind. My kids, sometimes they like the smaller ones, some like the bigger ones. So if you do too small, you put them together and roll them together. Okay, then I'm gonna get my pot of water boiling here to get it ready. And for the pretzels, you do sugar with your water. I messed that up, that's bagels. Bagels are with sugar water. Pretzels are, because I just looked at pretzels. Pretzels are with baking soda, so make sure, you know, I did that last time and I was like, what happened to these? So this is good. My dough is fermenting, rising over here. This is nice and fluffy. I think that's gonna be good.
It's so unnecessary dwelling about the past, 'cause I know that God is good, He led me to where I'm at. Sometimes I feel like giving up, you're giving in, but everything happens for a reason. It won't always be blue skies ahead. Sometimes you might need a helping hand, just like iron sharpens iron, making me stronger, calling me higher. When we come together, just like iron sharpens iron, making us stronger, calling us higher. When we're helping each other, we're growing together.
Okay, let me do an update. Everything's looking really good. The cakes came out. They look great. They look great. They look squishy. I think they're going to be awesome. I'll ice them in a little bit. I'm getting on the next stuff. So I've got a pot of water boiling in the back. I'm going to do pasta. I took my chicken that we cut really thin with that cool tool and we smoked it. The kids said that's the greatest chicken ever. The greatest. So I just took it. I started to cut it because I wanted it in pieces. It was easier to break because it's partially thawed. So I put that in a pan with the broccoli. That's gonna go on the stove here in just a minute when I clear that up. Water's almost boiling. I'll drop my bagels in, let them cook, flip them over, put them on a pan, get out my eggs in the refrigerator to put on top. Over here, I'm gonna make more of that smashed chickpea salad. We love it, it's so good. So I'm gonna do 2 cans. I don't have, what did I add last time? I added cucumbers. I don't have any cucumbers, so I'm just gonna do chickpea, green onions, eggs, and I'm gonna hard boil some eggs. Put in there. It's delicious. I'm gonna do that. Maxine wants to go outside. That's really good. She wants to go out. So let me just show you a big view of everything I'm going to do here. Is that better? Wide view. Okay, enjoy.
It's so unnecessary worrying about life. I might not have it all, but I know I'll be alright. He's gonna challenge me.
Okay, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna put it in food processor because you have to smash it with a fork. I don't mind it, but I think in food processor, grind it up. Put the pickles in there. I'm gonna use paprika, salt and pepper, and a little bit of Miracle Whip, and that's it. And then like the pickle juice. They use lemon juice. I think that's gonna be good. And then we'll put the eggs in when it's done. I gotta find my Miracle Whip. Perfect.
To be the best I can be, and to give back to those who need it. It won't always be blue skies ahead. Sometimes you might need a helping hand, just like I am. Sharpens iron, making me stronger, calling me higher. When we come together, just like I am. Sharpens iron, making us stronger, calling us higher. When we're helping each other, we're growing together. Iron, sharpening iron, making me stronger, calling me higher, calling us higher. Sharpening iron, calling me higher, just like I am. Sharpens iron, making me stronger, calling me higher. When we come together, just like I am. Sharpens iron, making us stronger, calling us higher. When we're helping each other, we're coming.
Okay, we're doing. I'm like, just hard to grab a bunch of stuff. So picked up, put away like my mixer bowl. My pretzel dough is out. I'm gonna start doing that in just a minute. I left the chickpea mash over there because my eggs are next to it. I'm gonna crack those in a minute and put those in there. And I was thinking, I think I'm gonna do beef stew, a little thing of beef stew. I know my kids have never had it, something to try. So I'm gonna cook that. I'll probably take it out when I'm all done with, and I have nothing else to do. I'll chop it up and see if I can kind of fry it in a little flour to make it a little bit thicker on the outside. I'll see. We'll see how life does. I don't know. We'll see how the day goes. But I do have potatoes and carrots. I thought, you know, let's try something, a small amount. The pasta broccoli is boiling away. The noodles I will drain in just a minute. Water's boiling for our pretzels. Bagels are in the oven. We're doing great. Amazing. So I'm just going to keep on working here. Do you like the wider view? I don't know. Just of doing everything. I feel like that's just a better view. You get to see everything I'm doing without me stopping 20 times because, ooh, there's ice cube in my foot. There we go. Let's do some more.
I was counting my blessings. I felt beaten down. I was looking for a calling, felt lonely in a crowd. I was searching for the answers, too blind to see the signs. He was always by my side.
Okay, this is when time is flying. The sink, remember I got rid of my, when things don't get put where you need them. This I need. I put in here, I put all the eggs in here. I think this is gonna be good. I don't mind it being full of eggs. I like it this way. So what I did, this thing in the sink, remember I got rid of my rack because when I do all my baking, I don't like how the dough sticks to that rack. So that's why I got the little rubberized mats and the little pan of like the dish pan there. That worked great because all I do is pick up the rubber mats, put them in the dish pan while I'm rinsing out my dough machine. So this is good. I'm doing so good. I'm feeling like a great day today. So this is awesome. This is like my favorite. Basically, it's a salad with chickpeas. And it's yummy. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just chopping those eggs in there. Okay, this is gonna be great. So what I do is I get out my seed bread and I put on it seed bread, toast it. I put a little bit of guac because I have a bunch of that in the freezer. Hold on. And then I put on it this, and I put my sprouts on it that I'm growing. So, and it's delicious. And I have a tomato, so I cut a tomato and put it on top. It's really yummy. It's like my favorite. It's so simple, but it's like one of those things that I like, Maddie really likes. I don't think Brooklyn, she hasn't tried it yet. She's been busy, so, but very just easy and yummy and delicious. So I feel like you find something you like, go ahead and make a bunch of it. Because I'll eat the same thing. I don't mind eating the same thing over and over. Okay, perfect. Look at that. Okay, I love that. I like it a whole lot. So this is going to go in the refrigerator because I want to finish up here. I'm going to put this away. Okay, I've got to get moving because I need these pans and I need to get this made. I've got pretzels to get done here. Normally I do like my racks. I don't mind whatever you put them on. Look at those. They look so good. Delicious. Those turned out so good. Okay, I'm gonna take these and flip them over because I'm gonna put pretzels on here. Some I do plain. I know you can do like fancy kinds. My kids don't like fancy kinds. They like simple and basic. Okay, the other one's in the oven. Water's boiling. Let's do the pretzels here. I was thinking of doing the pretzel dogs, wasn't it? We'll see. Okay. So basically, we're gonna get, I think it's 8 out of each one. Yeah, pretty much sure. So you can do like little pieces of it. I have done, I feel like that's, I need to do 2 of those, it's only 1. This is where my little weighing machine would come in handy, wouldn't it? Let's see what we can do here. So basically roll it to a long strip. As best you can, you kind of fling it. These are gonna be tiny. I think I got this too small. Let's see. We liked them last time. They were more like a bun and they were really good. Okay, so like that. And then cross, and pinch. I make like little ones. It's easy, and I've got my water boiling over here. It's almost boiling. I can drop those in. They only go in for like 30 seconds and you can put them in the oven at like 425. So this will be perfect. And then look at my list. Okay, then we'll do, I gotta get on dinner too, but we'll get that in a minute. I will do probably ice my little cakes next. And then we'll start on get dinner done. I'm gonna do like our crusted, well basically like a pan fried chicken tenders. Just something a little bit different. It's not gonna be too tiny. I think they're gonna be fine, right? Nothing wrong with having little ones. So I hope that your Wednesday's good. I have something to do. Do you take 1 day a week and do baking? Or do you just like watching other people bake? There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes just watching people do different things I think is enjoyable. I know I watch people that like have no lifestyle like me. But sometimes it's enjoyable watching. Okay, look at that. Those will be perfect. There's little tiny pretzel nuts. This will be good. Now I'll do mine. I put the big chunks of salt on them. I just gotta do a little bit less. All I want to do right now is make an ice cap and drink it, so I'm trying to force myself to drink water, which I've got right there. So I can drink that first, and then this afternoon when I'm done, I'll make an ice cap for my reward for my afternoon running. I'll be able to relax in the car while I'm driving everybody. You know how that works as a mom. So it'll be good. Now if we have any bagels left over, I will do the breakfast sausage, and then we'll make eggs like this week. Like on Friday, I'm thinking. So, these are just like little pretzel nuts. That's good. It doesn't matter. I mean, I like them. I don't mind doing like the I think I did big giant ones, like more like what you buy at the store where they're all separated. And they were good too. These fit nicer in a container that I have, so they hold better. And then I've done the bites. Those are really good too. They don't mind those, but I guess these are a little bit cuter. All right, look at that. There's a whole. I'll put these over here.
ever faithful. He'll always lift you up. I was looking for the answers, too blind to see the signs. He was with me all this time. No, he never left my side. He shed his light and picked me up. I'm safe in his arms. I found my bliss and the greatest love there is. The greatest love there is. The greatest love. The greatest love there is. The greatest love there is. The greatest love. He shed his light and picked me up. I'm safe in his arms. I found my bliss in the greatest love there is. The greatest love there is. The greatest love. The greatest love there is. The greatest love. I found my bliss in the greatest love there is.
Okay, got a lot done. Oh my goodness, these are so cute. Look how cute these are. Let me grab a snake one. That's not really a snake, but look at, that's so great. So let these sit for just a minute. Everything's doing good. The donuts, they're nice and hard and they taste delicious. Bagels look good, pretzels look good. I got 2 more batches in there. I am gonna do right now, I'm working on my meals. And so I'm gonna do like a pan-fried crispy chicken. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do basically, I'm gonna put breadcrumbs. Should I just bring you right here? Where do you wanna go? Where would you like to go? Let's do this right here. So right here, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna be dipping in an egg and hot sauce, and then we're gonna dip it in breadcrumbs here. We'll do some breadcrumbs, and I'm gonna put some paprika in here, and we're gonna put some garlic salt in here. We're gonna do some pepper in here, and a little bit of salt. Okay. I'm also gonna get Parmesan cheese. Okay, the day is going good. Is anybody else's day going great? Look at that. I'll probably end up putting that on top. Okay, that's gonna be right there. I'm gonna have to add this to my broccoli. Make sure we're gonna crack 2 eggs in here. And we're doing this all quick like because everything is a hurry. A little bit of hot sauce in here. I don't know why, we just like that in our chicken. Lexi must be feeling better. She's up and coming. You're coming by my feet. So she's like, I smell things. I know it's gonna be good. So we're gonna take this here. Is that enough? That should be enough. Okay, I need to get some flour too. I just thought about that. We're gonna try some. So I've got my flour. I'm gonna dip it in flour, egg, and then the breadcrumbs, and I'm gonna be frying it in a minute here. So 3, and to put it on the platter so that it can get done. It's gonna be yummy.
I don't remember feeling this low before. Searching for you, but silence is what I'm finding. But I know you're near, and that you still work through the quiet. So I'll wait for you. Oh, I'll wait in this heart. Tear stains on t-shirts, I'm falling apart. But this thing I know is that you are my hope, and I trust in you. Oh, I do. Oh, I do. Oh, I do. My mind has been racing day after day for a while. I'm learning to trust, and it hurts giving you my all. My hands are open wide, but I'm still holding tight. I've got holes in these jeans and cracks in this heart. Tear stains on t-shirts, I'm falling apart. But this thing I know is you are my hope, and I trust in you. Oh, I do. Oh, I do. Oh, I do.
Strong is your faith. 1 Timothy says, my son, I give you this instruction. And
All right, I've been listening to a sermon and enjoying it very, very much. You know when you come across one of like somebody that you've never even heard of and you're like, wow, that is amazing. So what have I done? I've done my chicken tenders here. So these, I just fried them. Miss Deborah's Delicious Dishes, she's got a channel. She always would tell me to fry it in Crisco. So I did, because I have Crisco. So those are good. That's gonna be dinner tonight. I gotta do it, and then I put Parmesan cheese on here. So this is good for lunch. I'm gonna do like a side, I just don't know yet what I'm gonna do for the beef. So I went to go cut it, and it's all like cooked like where it's done. You know, like where it shreds. We're not gonna like that. Nobody's gonna like that. So I know that when it's raw, you can take it and cut it and coat it in flour, and then don't mind the sunshine. And then it can kind of like get hard on the outside if you fry it. So I'm trying something here. I put the beef in here and so with flour, and I'm hoping to get it a little crispy on the edges, so it's a little firm, because like it's stringy, you know, because it's roast. It's good. It's just not I don't know. It's just that roast. It's that roast. Nobody likes it. This is a dish that I more than likely would have taken the meat and thrown it away, but I didn't want to waste it because, you know, food is expensive. And so I'm thinking if I can just kind of cook this here and get it kind of crispy, then it would be like a little more firm in my stew. So what I'm going to do then, I'm going to get a pot here. I'm going to let this sit for a minute. I'm going to put some potatoes in there, carrots. I'm going to cut them up, and open up, yes, beef broth and spices, and that's it. I don't have celery. And I think I got some onions, so we're gonna get creative is what we're gonna do. So, and just do a small batch. And then there's a lot of beef left over. It's got a lot of that fatty stuff in it, so I'm gonna leave it for Maxine, because she really hasn't eaten. She doesn't even drink in today. She hasn't even drinking today, so she hasn't drank or anything. So I think she might enjoy it. I'll give her a little bit, not too much though, for her. See if she'll eat some. Let it cool first. Okay, so I'm picking my potatoes up and carrots, and we'll just wash them and cut them. I just realized I have yellow potatoes. I was gonna make mashed potatoes to go with the chicken, but I didn't think I had any. All right, let me get more of these then. I'll make a little pot of mashed potatoes. I don't know if that matters when I go to put it with all this stew. Obviously the outside's gonna come off, so is it? So I'm hoping it gets a little crispy. So let me peel some potatoes real quick over here. Ooh, the rug. And we'll get some, got so many dishes. We'll make some mashed potatoes and for stew.
You've got holes in your hands and a scar in your side. You trusted your father, so help me trust mine. And this thing I know is you are my hope, and I trust in you. Oh, I do. Oh, I do. Oh, I do.
Okay, wow, oh my goodness, I ended up making a lot of food that I didn't intend on making today, so that's good. So this is what everything we ended up at. I'm not done yet. I still gotta wait on the stew and the mashed potatoes, but look at all this good stuff right here. So this will go good. I'll put these in plastic containers so they can they're good. These I have to wrap, and I'll probably wrap and put them in the freezer because they're soft, and when you have anything soft here in Florida, it's gonna get melty because there's some sunshine going on and warm. And then over here, that beef, I'm glad I did what I did. The beef, I'm glad I did what I did because I probably would not have eaten it. This is the chicken, this is great. So I will cover this will be dinner tonight. Everybody's in and out, not eating. Some aren't gonna eat until 9 o'clock tonight. It's just how the day's going. So this is done. This is lunch they're eating. The mashed potatoes, I'm gonna make those. Do I do gravy? I should do gravy. As much as I don't want to, I'm like, just put butter on it. I'll make a little pot of gravy real quick. And then this is boiling. I wiped the stove all down, so I moved everything this way so I only had a mess. This will bring to a boil. And then probably thicken it a little bit with cornstarch, and that's it. It tastes good. It's just like beef stew. I remember having beef stew as a kid, so I'll have a little cornstarch. We'll let that boil. Dishes are all done. I'm like, all right, I'm feeling good. I'm gonna make myself some coffee here. I've been encouraged. Got to listen to 2 sermons today, so it pays to film. And just, I'm not talking to you because I'm listening to that, but just be encouraged. It's always a good thing to be encouraged, and to, like, it just makes your day go, okay, yeah, life is good. Life is good, and God is good, right? No matter what. And in the highs and in the lows, He is good. So, okay, let me lick the floor. She's up moving. That's a good thing. I gave her a couple pieces of beef, so that got her up. So hopefully she needs to go get her water and drink some water. So let me get my little pot out over here and make gravy. Very simple. It's a KFC gravy I found online. We like it. It's yummy. It'll go great with the potatoes. Okay, to make this is very simple. I just put in there butter. I'm doing a 1/4 cup of butter in there, and then I'm gonna melt it. I put pepper and I put onion powder. That's it. That's it. And then you're gonna put flour. It's gonna thicken. You know, like absorb all that butter, and then I'm gonna put chicken and beef bouillon, equal amounts, water, come to a boil. That's our gravy. It's simple, easy, it tastes just like KFC gravy. Everybody loves it, so this is good. Let's make this here. Easy, and I just remembered I did a lot of that coleslaw in the refrigerator and shredded it, and I didn't end up eating a ton of it. I had some with the pineapple sauce, but I still have a lot. So I'm gonna let me just make a little tiny bowl of coleslaw. So we'll have the chicken tenders, mashed potatoes and gravy, and coleslaw. It'd be like KFC, and we'll have a pretzel instead of a biscuit. Right here, I'm just leaving it right in the same bowl. We're just gonna mix it in here because I don't wanna have any more dishes. I'm tired of dishes. So this is just, I should use a serving spoon. Miracle Whip, we do ours, you know what? I'm gonna do mine my northern way. And it's just salt, pepper, a little bit more, and then sugar. Kind of, not everybody's, not a southern way. They do theirs definitely a little bit different. And then sometimes we have milk if it needs to be thinned out, but this might do good right here. And this is good, you know what? That'll be a good little side we have with it. So this ended up being a little bit better variety of dinner here tonight. So have to add milk to thin. Sometimes as it sits, it'll kind of get a little bit more, but this is way good. I could go out and get green onions. I just don't want to do that. I think, let me talk about green onions. Someone said, remember I said, oh, there's a flower on there? And someone said, I thought those were leeks. Well, the ones that are growing are already huge. Those were my old green onions. And I know those are green onions because they've made green onions. Now I did get those big giant fat things. Somebody said they're leeks. I don't know, maybe they are. They taste like green onions, so I just put those in there. Those haven't come up yet though. Those will take a little bit of time, but we'll see what those do. But my green onions are flowering, unless they're a crossbreed and they're not supposed to, but they have come up. It's been 3 or 4 times since we've had green onions from there, so. All right, look at that. Look at that, we just made some coleslaw. We're gonna have that tonight. Okay, perfect. Okay, potatoes are still going. The stew, it's already gonna be pretty thick, so I don't think I have to worry about that at all because of the flour in there. So this is gonna be, it's gonna be nice and thick, but I gotta let that cook to let those potatoes cook in there. So this is just gonna be simmering here. And then the potatoes are like going over back there. Those potatoes we're gonna keep cooking. The gravy is done. It's gonna be good. So let me let this continue to cook here and just simmer.
Getting
So I put all the food away, and then I did mashed potatoes. I didn't show any of that. I put butter in there and milk and mashed it up. All right, so I am done in the kitchen. I'm finishing up. We're cleaning up, get the vacuums rolling. All done. Lunch is the pasta, chicken, and broccoli, along with the yummy food I made. And then dinner is going to be the chicken fingers and the mashed potatoes and gravy and coleslaw. That'll be good. And we got stew in there for maybe tomorrow. We'll do that day, see how it works. So, all right, you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.